Hello there! You're listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan, a bunk collective Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim. Hi everyone! Welcome back to the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast. And for today, it's gonna be a very special episode. As you guys can see on the title, we have a special guest all the way. This one is really cool. All the way from Los Angeles, California. Oh my God. Our special guest is a mutual friend from high school dito sa Manila. Pero, ang layo na ng inabot niya, nasa Los Angeles siya. Sa LA, LA living. So please welcome Amy Lee.
Hi to the Pinoy MCU fans, listeners. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Jim.
Hi. So, Amy Lee is a post production tech at CJ4D Plex. So, CJ4D
Mhm.
Plex is actually the company that, re envisions our favorite Hollywood films into the 4DX and ScreenX format, such as Thunderbolts and, of
Thunderbolts.
course, the upcoming The Fantastic Four First Steps in next week.
Fantastic Four. Yeah,
Four. Yes. So, just a heads up, we are recording this episode a week before the Fantastic
a
Four.
week before.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
movie comes out. So by the time that this episode is premiered on Spotify, the movie already came out. So this is going to be
Ooh, okay.
this is going to be interesting. Yeah, so before we start, before I ask Amy a bunch of questions or asking for spoilers, I'm kidding. I don't like spoilers. But let's
I mean,
see.
I can share a thing or two, but your fans, your listeners wouldn't want to. Probably wouldn't want that.
Oh yeah. I also don't want spoilers.
You also don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
I'm
worries.
kind of scared, but kind of scared. Hindi naman. But yeah. So before we start, just have one question. This question is something that I borrowed from my favorite podcast, which is called This Week in Marvel. So my question is this, Amy. Can you share with us your MCU origin story?
My MCU origin story, like when I became a fan.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I personally became a fan of the MCU when I saw the first Avengers movie. Yun talaga. Like, dun ko nakita yung spark, like, wow, ever since. I think it's because parang I'm a film buff in general and I'm very passionate about movies. And I have this personal thing where I treat every movie as an experience, you know? So when I
Mm-hmm.
saw, yeah, diba? When I saw the first Avengers, I noticed like a shift in the cinema going experience. Parang
Yeah.
before Avengers, I had no idea kung ano yung event movie. Despite like seeing countless films at that point, I hadn't seen parang a movie so bold to like put all these characters together and into one narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to Avengers, actually, I watched all yung mga standalone like Iron Man, Captain America, all that, but like very casual lang. Like
Mm-mm.
I have an older brother, I have cousins who are big on the comic book fronts, but
Mm.
like I wasn't big on it, you know? Like I was a very casual viewer, like everyone else, I guess, at that point. And another thing was the box office numbers. It wasn't a thing back then. And then people weren't paying attention until numbers coming out, tapos Avengers breaking records left and right. And I think at that moment, that's when I realized, like, wow, this is big. Like a movie can be this big.
Mhm.
Yung after ng movie, people were clapping after, they were cheering. Parang full house, diba? It
Oo.
was intense. Tapos, it kind of reminded me of why I love going to the movies and why I love movies. And I think that's my like, that's my personal connection with the universe, I guess, with
Mhm.
MCU. Because they release films that, has this like, it goes beyond what you can only imagine.
Mhm.
Parang ganon. And since then, like, in the industry, in the industry, there's people that don't think MCU films are cinematic. I think it's very
Mm.
controversial to say. Pero kasi they think, these movies are made to make money. Parang
Mhm.
they're whatchamacallit, like popcorn movies, I'd say.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah,
they're just
I can agree.
box office, whatever. But for me, what I like about the MCU and what I liked about movies in the first place is, yeah, that larger in life kind of thing. yung parang things that you can only just imagine, you can see it on screen, parang
Mm-hmm.
ganon. And yeah, my affinity with the stories that yeah goes beyond basically. And like you mentioned, Thunderbolts is one
Yeah.
of my personal favorite MCU film. Actually, it's the recent release before Fantastic Four. The fact that it's a hero anti-hero sort of movie, but it had its own personal agenda. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
so bold to have that
Mm-hmm.
mental health topic.
Right.
Like, diba? You can't. That's what cinema is about. That is the significance of these movies, and you know, no spoilers, but the upcoming films are gonna be the same
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Pero yeah, I think that's how I became a fan of the MCU. It started from there. It started with the movies.
Yeah. I can tell when you said experience tapos Avengers. Parang
Mm-hmm.
kasi din bata pa kasi tayo nun eh. So
Yeah.
parang it's very like, oh my God, pwede pala yung ganito na iba't ibang movies nasa
Mhm.
isang movie. Parang yung mga
Diba?
characters na
Mhm.
to. Tapos ay pwede pala tayong mag-clap. Ay pwede pala tayo tumawa. Pwede pala tayo mag-react. Pwede pala tayo mag-clap and
Yeah.
everything. So parang it's an experience talaga. It's not just the movie itself, the fact that you're in a cinema, eto talaga, lagi ko din to sinishare sa past episodes in this podcast, na iba rin talaga yung experience na isa kang fan or isa kang casual fan, tapos mga katabi mo, fellow fans din,
Mm-hmm.
tapos you guys are experiencing your love and your like excitement for the movie that you're watching, which is
True.
for me, for this podcast, is a
Yeah.
Marvel film. So,
Yeah.
'di ba, parang it's such an amazing experience, and
Mm-hmm.
I do think that as I get older, what as I get older? Hindi naman, I think not me getting older, but it's more like as we
As years pass,
continue.
yeah.
Yeah, as years
Mm-hmm.
pass, especially of course the what do you call that? Yung messaging din ni Marvel movies. You did mention that there are popcorn movies, but then
Yeah.
over time they have to like put something in it, which I think what they also achieved
Mm-hmm.
with
They have.
Thunderbolts, especially because that one is a very much a bold take. Yeah, in the Thunderbolts episode, I also talked about that. Yeah, this is not the first time Marvel Studios have done this. It's just as
Mm-hmm.
this is the first time on the big screen.
Yeah, on the big
And it's
screen.
in a
And
and the message is very like straight to the point, very clear. This is about your mental health and everything that we're going through, and it's not shy to address that this is the conflict that they have in that movie. Yeah, so I totally get what you mean. But what I'm interested is,
mm-hmm.
I just want to ask, like, if Marvel films, the MCU, because I know, okay, guys, wait lang, medyo segue, pero I did mention that Amy and I are mutual friends kasi meron kaming isang friend between of us na super close
Yeah.
namin. So,
Yeah.
in a way, since we're close with our friend, his name is Philip. Oh my God, Philip, if
Philip,
you're listening,
hi.
hi. Oh my God. So through Philip, parang naging close din kami ni Amy. So,
Yeah.
and I know that you guys are like film buffs talaga. Na
Mm-hmm.
you guys,
Yeah.
you know,
I think that was the reason why naging friends kami talaga ni Philip then. Kasi we both like movies. You could ask him this
mm.
question. Philip, di ba totoo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Philip, please comment on this Spotify
Comment.
episode.
Comment.
Comment down below. So yeah, parang gusto ko lang din i-ask na yung pagiging MCU fan mo din ba nakonekta siya doon? Is it also connected for your love for other films? As a film
Yeah.
buff?
Buff, yeah.
Buff, yeah.
Film buff. But yeah, kasi yung MCU films kasi, like I said, they have this thing where what things you imagine in movies, 'di ba? Parang or not things that you imagine in movies, things that you imagine in life in general and you see in your bigger screen.
Mm-hmm.
Parang you sometimes you wander around, you think about life. What would life be like if I live next to Spider-Man? Parang ganun. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I am when I watch a movie kasi. Parang for me, I like slice of life films, yung films na parang it mirrors like our daily lives.
Mm-hmm.
Pero I have an affinity for films na like larger in life. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like my neighbor is Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
parang ganon. So MCU is definitely part of that of my journey of my passion for movies as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say there's like a couple of MCU films that I would add on my letterbox as like a recommendation for people. So
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
would say so.
That's how ganun sila ka film buff ng friends. Si Phil tsaka si Amy. They have a letterbox.
You do have letterbox, you guys
Letterbox.
follow me on
Yeah.
letterbox.
Oh yeah, send me a link and I'll share it with them. Like, please
Yeah.
follow. Ganun. Um, I don't know. I still haven't downloaded Letterbox,
Mhm.
but like it
It's a
does look
nice
it's a
mhm.
nice app, right? Para
It's a nice
siyang
app kasi you can review it freely. Tapos you can read people's other reviews. Kasi when people say reviews in movies, parang they
mhm,
always think about, oh, only critics can
uh-uh.
review and only critics can say something. What I like about Letterboxd is it's the voices of the actual people that go to the
Mm,
movies and pay for
mhm,
these movies.
uh-uh.
Kaya yeah, it's a nice app to just look at people's
Letterbox, if you're
Mhm.
listening.
Letterbox if
Sponsor.
you're listening. Like
Yeah. Pero yeah, I agree. I just okay, I'll download it too soon. Soon.
yeah, soon.
Pero yeah. Speaking of movies and audiences and everything,
Mhm.
I did say everyone that Amy is a post-production tech. Eto na, eto na. Hindi naman.
This is the part.
This is the part that we are going to be talking about. Why? Bakit nga ba kita in-invite Amy? Because, I'm just gonna share muna ah. Because Amy, out of nowhere, she just posted Marvel Studios, like that she was in the Marvel Studios campus, right? In
Yeah,
in in
I was.
Hollywood. Like not the Avengers campus in Disneyland. This one is like actual Marvel Studios, the workplace. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
probably Kevin Feige works there. Like that's his office. Am I right? Is that his
Yeah,
office?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See? And I'm like, girl, what the hell? What? Yeah, and then Amy had to tell me, like, yeah, I work here. So
Did it sound off like I was actually part of Marvel at the time?
at first, yeah, but then you explained like
Yeah.
this is like more like a client, a partnership. So
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
yes, you were
Exactly.
right that this is work because you were there for work. Pero yeah, and then that's where we started talking about this, and now she's here. So now, for the audience, for the listeners, can you please share with us what does post production like? What is post production like for your job? Of course, in CJ for Dplex, it's kind of long. CJ, why is your
Yeah.
company name so long? Hindi.
Yeah. Very wordy.
Very worthy. So many
Mm-hmm.
letters.
So many X's, so many legs on there.
Yeah. For CJ, what do you
Mm-hmm.
do at CJ's? Like as a post-production tech.
Yeah. I think at the time when you asked me why were you in Marvel, parang I told you I literally parang 1 week pa lang or 2 weeks pa lang at my job. So yeah, I work for CJ4D Plex. It's a Korean company actually. It's the company behind your favorite 4DX and ScreenX movies that Jim mentioned a while ago. And I work particularly here in the production team based here in Burbank. So Burbank, California, everyone is the media capital of the world. We're neighbors with Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal Pictures. So where the Hollywood filmmaking actually happens. Yeah.
Question. Is
Mhm.
Burbank where the Hollywood Hill is located? Like the one like Hollywood. And then
Yes.
Universal, the theme park
Yes.
is there as
Yes.
well, right?
Hmm. That's where it is. Yeah. So, yeah, with that, along with our partners in Korea, we're the team that basically handles overall production of Hollywood titles that is distributed like globally. So if you've seen a Hollywood film in 4DX or ScreenX, that's us, right? But basically, in my job in our film production, it's very team based. I work alongside with producers who's worked in the industry for years, and some actually came from Marvel. Some of our producers came from Marvel and Disney. And one thing about film production that I want to note is that you're not by yourself. If you watch a movie, parang you see the end credits, diba, when you're waiting for the post credit scene in a Marvel movie, you see all those people. Those are the people, 100 more than 100 people work in one movie. So that's what I mean by team base. So basically, what do you call this? There's this thing called like a pipeline when making a movie in Hollywood. We call it a pipeline. It's like a flow of getting stuff done systematically. So my job in particular in post production, is my job is to be present through all those steps and then seal it with the hardest part of my job is handling the QC test. So a QC test is basically a quality control test. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like a factory, diba, Jim? Like
Mm.
you don't just put out the product and expect it to work. Same for movies. We basically test the movies with the studios multiple times. I know. So if you're if you don't like watching movies, then this job is not for you because literally parang you're gonna watch the same film, the same project like multiple times until you get it right, diba? Before the rest
Mhm.
of the world sees it.
Mhm.
Because through those tests, we determine which works out, which doesn't, which one should be edited.
What do you mean by test? Like audience test or like kayo lang
So it's
nagte-test?
literally kami lang with
Okay.
the studios, with the filmmakers, with the directors, producers. So we make sure before we do audience tests, there's also audience tests.
Mhm.
Before all that, we have to watch it ourselves muna. And then, when we get the seal of approval, it's like you can breathe again and then work on a new project next week. So that's my life as a post-production. Post-production basically, so there's three levels of filmmaking. There's pre-production, production, and post-production. Pre-production is where you, I guess in basic terms, pre-production is do you know Jim? Do you have an
Yeah,
idea?
it's when you're starting to like scout the places and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're building the sets,
Yes,
you're
yes,
getting your team ready,
yes.
and you're coordinating the stunts, you're sending the
Mm-hmm.
script. Yeah.
Yep. Choosing your actors.
Mm,
Production is the
casting.
actual filming, diba?
Mhm.
And then post-production is where VFX come in, edit, sound design, lighting, CGI.
Mhm.
Diba? When you watch a Marvel film, like, wow, grabe, how did Iron Man do that? Post-production.
Mhm.
Like how did what's his name? Sentry or the Void
The
did all
Void.
that like things
Oh yeah,
disappearing thing.
I saw the way that they edited the Void.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like
Diba?
they had to like remove the light from him, which is
Yeah,
like you cannot do that, right? In like normal kind
in
of
actual production, yeah, everything is done post.
post for that.
So so the thing with post production is actually it's one of the most expensive steps in making a movie because VFX, CGI, all that, it takes hours and hours of hard work. It takes more than 100 people to edit one scene sometimes,
Mhm.
to work on these things. So I like to say post production, post people are the ones that make things happen. They put
Mhm.
stuff out there that doesn't exist in the first place. Like the void did not exist, but in post production, he
He
already
did.
exists.
Yeah.
Ganon.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's pretty much like a big gist of what I do at ScreenX and 4DX.
Yeah. So oh yeah, for audiences that don't know kung ano ba yung 4DX and ScreenX. So 4DX is very much it's in the name. You're watching a 2D or a 3D film and then the 4, I think the 4 comes in the seat. Like it's moving, it's like yeah, it's going side to side, forward and
Mm-hmm.
backwards, I think. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it goes up and down a little bit. And then
Yeah.
also there's like air and
Mm-hmm.
water and
Mm-hmm.
scents. Apparently they also have
Sense. Yeah.
scents. So yeah, that's 4DX, which is
Yes.
very very ano siya, similar to the ones at theme parks. So
Mm-hmm.
if you guys have been to like I don't know, I think meron tayo sa Enchanted Kingdom. I think hindi ko
Alam ko
maalala may
Universal
Oh,
Studios.
yeah, sa Singapore meron.
Meron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
meron sa
US, Singapore.
Universal Studios. The closest
Mm-hmm.
one that I think is yun nga sa Singapore. And then of
Yeah.
course for other listeners, if you guys have been to like, Disneyland in Japan, in Hong Kong as well,
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Ayun. So yun. Yeah, and then Screen X. Okay, we don't have Screen X here in the Philippines. We only have 4DX. And the 4DX here in the Philippines is carried? No, not carried, but like partner ni
Mhm.
CJ dito sa Philippines is si Ayala Mall Cinema. So sa BGC High Street, sa I think sa Ayala UP Town Center, I think meron din
Oh.
dong 4DX. So Screen X naman is ito my understanding. We have the
Okay, yeah,
expert
yeah.
here, but I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best
No,
na
no, no, go
to
ahead.
explain. So Screen X is it's like may screen ka sa harap, may screen ka sa left side and the right side. It's like a
Mhm.
panoramic experience, right?
Ooh,
Tama ba?
panoramic.
Yeah.
Tama,
So
yeah.
Yeah, that's my quick explanation. But then
Mm-hmm.
I will also ask Amy
Yeah.
to explain it again in more
Yeah.
if I missed anything.
I would love to. Parang ano siya, shameless plug,
Yeah.
'di ba? But you got it mostly right. Parang that's how I would explain it, basically. Pero 4DX is actually it's an immersive movie format, I would say. It
Mhm.
involves, like you said, chair motions and 14 environmental effects actually. So
14.
14. So there's not only air, there's rainwater that goes at the top. Tapos there's face
Oh,
water that goes in your face. There's parang leg
like
air, face air. There's snow actually. There's
ooh.
snow. There's scent. Some theaters have bubbles then, I think.
Mm.
Tapos parang and fog. Fog is a big
Fog, yeah.
one then. And then it have motions. Para talagang literally you feel what is projected on the screen. Kaya
Mhm.
our motto is feel it in 4DX. And
Ooh, okay. I get.
yeah,
Feel
fun
it.
fun fact. Yeah, fun fact. I found out recently now 4DX is actually the second most watched premium format after IMAX.
Ooh,
IMAX, sorry,
second.
we're competition with IMAX, but
Ay,
yeah.
sorry.
No,
IMAX.
you're good, you're
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
good.
Pero oh, but
But
that's interesting. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So
Is that like
we have
worldwide?
that's worldwide, yeah. We
Ooh.
have 600 4DX theaters worldwide and then 400 ScreenX theater. And ScreenX is much newer
Mhm.
technology. It's still very new and a lot of people may not know about it yet.
Mhm.
You haven't tried it yet,
I haven't.
Jim, diba? Yeah.
I haven't.
Maybe Korea, maybe.
Korea.
But
Oh yeah.
soon,
Soon, soon. Let's see.
soon. So, contrary to popular belief, ScreenX is actually our enhanced format that is meant to be peripheral. So, parang you're
Ah.
focusing on the middle, tapos you see, or it's not meant to be watched. You know, we project our wings, we call them wings, onto the side walls, diba?
Oh,
But
I
you're
see, I
not
see.
meant to like watch them or get
Like turn my
distracted by
head.
them.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
turn
supposed
my
to
head
be
to the
turning
right.
your head. Like if you see Mr. Fantastic dito sa left, tapos si Miss Fantastic, pero si the thing yung nasa middle, you focus on the thing. I know Pedro is hot and everything, pero you're not supposed to like, hi Pedro, di ba? Pero yeah, so it's there to enhance your viewing experience. Like it encapsulates you. Exactly. Yeah. So we average about 60 minutes per movie, 60 minute of screen X scene. So it's not the entire movie.
Oh, I see, I
um
see, I see.
yeah, key scenes lang, sometimes like the big action sequence ganyan.
Mhm.
And they are created with coverage with extra footage, enhanced with VFX and CGI.
Mhm.
So we actually with Screen X and like 4DX we actually work with the filmmakers in our
Mhm.
titles. Some movies like Wicked and Screen X, some of those scenes were personally chosen by John Chu himself. So yeah,
Wow.
so there's a scene in what's that song? What is this feeling? 'Di ba yung they're in opposite side of the room. So in our Screen X version of Wicked, si Ariana was in this side while she was singing, and this side was off. And then Cynthia was on the other side while
Oh, it
while when she was
switches.
singing. Yeah, it switches. And that was
Oh.
John Chu. That was John Chu's thing.
Ah.
Yeah. And same with our most recent one was F1
Mhm.
by Joseph Kaczynski. He actually did some special footage specifically for the format. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
because
nice.
everyone thinks that like parang nagiging defensive ako.
Okay lang, okay lang.
everyone everyone thinks that ScreenX is like parang ini-stretch down namin yung screen. But it's
Mm-mm.
actually not stretched out. Those, what you see on the side is actually B-rolls or dailies, what we call them in VFX.
Mm-mm.
Coverage, extra footage of Pedro, di ba? Extra
Ah,
footage of Mrs. Fantastic on the side there. Parang ganon. So,
I
it's
think
similar to,
sorry. I think they just think that it's stretched kasi nga baka tinitingnan nilang ganon and they're not supposed to look
yeah,
at it.
they're not
Like
supposed to
I
look
feel
at it,
like
yeah.
I feel like it's quote unquote supposed to be stretched, but then you're not supposed to look at it anyway. So like
Yeah,
it's just
it's for your peripherals.
peripheral, yeah.
Yeah. So similarly, it's a premium format, I would say. Parang katulad ng IMAX or Real D, Dolby Digital, all our competitors out
Yeah.
there. We love them as well.
Mhm.
But these formats kasi I feel like we exist because we want more people to come to the movies.
Mhm.
And like we're going to be talking about Marvel and how much we work with Marvel, because that's also their goal, is to get butts in seats basically.
Yes.
So hopefully in the Philippines, hopefully they get to open up
Experience Screen
a
X.
Screen X,
Yeah.
hopefully, so
Yeah,
we
and
can
you're right too.
modernize.
I know that you just mentioned na may yung other formats pala is actually a competitor. Kasi I don't know, as a casual, ngayon ko nga lang din 'to nalaman, eh, nung naging Gina ako sa pagiging Marvel fan, podcaster
Yeah.
ko. So, of course, I'm supposed to know what the movies are kasi nga MCU. So, ngayon ko lang din nalaman na like recently in years na, magkakaiba pala si IMAX, magkaiba pala
Yeah.
si Dolby Atmos. Pero you're right because I do think that competition is also great. And also, it
Mm-hmm.
makes people go to the movies.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
lalo na we did talk about earlier na we watch Marvel on the big screen, we watch other action-packed movies on the big screen because we love the experience. So, if gusto mong nasa theme park ka pero hindi ka pa makapunta sa Laguna or hindi ka pa makapunta sa ibang bansa, 4DX is a great
4DX.
alternative, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am saying this as someone who still have not been to 4DX in the Philippines, which is,
Soon.
but soon I'm gonna go. I feel like Amy, you keep mentioning Pedro Pascal
Mm-hmm.
is in the
Yeah.
peripheral. So I
Yeah.
also want Pedro Pascal in my
In your
peripherals.
peripheral, di ba? Parang
So I
he's next
will,
to you.
yeah. So he's wrapping me in his very long arms as
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic. But yeah, since nakapunta naman tayo, 'di ba? Tayong dalawa nakapunta na tayo sa mga, we were privileged enough to experience the theme parks abroad. So, syempre yung mga paborito, yung mga rides doon, ride ang tawag nila pero 4DX din siya. Tama ba? Pwede ko bang sabihin
Oh,
yun, Amy? Or
so
kind
yung
of?
nasa theme park is actually not 4DX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Yon.
4D. So,
Yeah, they're just 4D.
so the
4DX is actually a
CJs.
copyright. Yeah,
Ay,
CJ.
sorry.
No, no, no. No, okay lang. Kasi whenever people, whenever they try 4DX in the movie theater, they always say, "Oh, I've tried this at Universal."
Mm,
Pero if I guess one thing is their rides, so it's usually just 5 minutes long. Girl,
mhm.
we do a 2 hour, 3 hour movie in 4DX.
Exactly.
So if you're up to
Exactly.
the challenge of being shaken and tossed around for 3 hours,
Then 40X is the
then
one to go.
4DX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40X is the one. So, I guess we could say that the theme parks, the rides, the 4D only, no X there. It's the ano siya, parang beginner. Like
Yeah.
trial lang. Pero
Trial lang.
if you want the X for the experience,
Yeah.
we gotta go to 40X. Kasi
That's
X
a good
experience.
way.
Yeah.
The X is for experience. See, hindi ko siya napansin until now. When you said 4DX,
Oh,
X is for the experience. You
yeah.
experience the movie. Grabe, no?
In 4D, pero like
In
in
4D.
instance 4D.
Intense. Yeah.
I've seen the post. Like ito, I did tell you about this that I really wanted to see How to Train Your Dragon in 4DX.
Oh.
But when I
Mm-hmm.
went to the cinema, it's already F1. And I'm sorry, I also heard
Oh.
F1 is good. It's great in
Mm-hmm.
4DX.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then I'm sorry, Carla, if you're listening. Carla, another friend of ours. Wait,
Carla!
I'm not friends with Carla, but I know her. I know like people like Carla is actually an F1 fan. So I feel like they would really enjoy. Syempre gumagalaw yung 4DX. You're a fan of the drivers and the car that they drive. So parang gumaganon,
Yeah.
gumaganon.
Yeah, parang yun.
Gumaganon. So ako naman, since hindi naman ako car fan, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted dragons. Pero dragon fan eh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like, lalo na
We
yung
had
memes, yung gumaganon
mhm.
talaga.
Yeah,
So,
actually, How to Train was actually one of our biggest releases in 4DX,
mhm,
apart from Jurassic Rebirth. Kaya lang
mhm.
kasi I think one of the problems that we had, I don't think it's a problem. It's like since June, like all these movies keep on coming out like every week if you notice. Kaya
Yes.
parang yeah, all these movie
Yeah.
theaters have to transition then.
Mm.
So you only had one weekend to see.
Hard to
Parang
drain,
wow.
yeah. Ayun nga eh. Kaya ano rin kasi parang the post, the memes. Like this
Yeah.
year, the cinemas meron silang generational run. Like
Mm-hmm.
lalo na this July, dude, we have Superman. How was Superman?
Superman.
Okay, I'm mentioning Superman, DC. But then if I
DC.
have to
Hi.
explain myself, Superman is directed by James Gunn, our very own
James Gunn.
Marvel director. So
Mhm.
yeah, and we all know how amazing. I'm sorry, I really like Did you like Superman? I know that you worked on it.
Oh yeah, I love Superman.
I love
I
Superman
thought
too.
yeah, I love Superman and I hope everyone also gets to see it. But that's actually our most recent release, and we've had good reception as well. And I think all these movies naman that comes out, like, diba, usually you just watch it in regular 2D,
Mm,
parang you always think twice, like, is it gonna be fun? I'm gonna waste my money here. So
mm-hmm.
4DX, ScreenX, and even the other formats
Formats.
is a way for you to enjoy your viewing experience, diba?
Mm,
Parang if Superman was 5/5 for you in 2D, if
mm-hmm.
you watch it in 4DX, it could be over 5. Parang ganon.
Mm,
It
uh-uh.
enhances, which is
Yeah.
I think the best part of these formats
I know,
then.
and recently din talaga, sobrang magagandang action films yung lumalabas na
Mhm.
sunod-sunod. So,
Sunod-sunod talaga.
of course for a format like 4DX,
Mhm.
for extreme experience,
Yeah.
yung mga ano talaga, yung mga action films talaga yung maganda
Mhm.
panoorin. Kasi para kang uli, I'm gonna say it again, it's like 4D in a theme park, but like a 3 hours long and more extreme experience.
More extreme.
So for movies like, ayun nga, How to Train Your Dragon, you're riding a dragon. For F1, you are driving the race car. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
for Superman, you are flying
You're
like
flying with
like
him.
Superman, yeah.
Yeah.
So with Fantastic Four First Steps, I feel
Mhm.
like especially this one we're gonna have Galactus, we're gonna have
Mhm.
the Silver Surfer, Johnny
Yeah.
is flying out of Earth apparently, and then of course we have the Fantastic Car and also the
Yes.
Fantastic Four rocket that I forgot
Yeah,
what it's called.
Pedro.
Please do not attack me. And then we have Pedro, we have
Yeah, Pedro.
um also the thing, parang thinking about Fantastic Four First Steps and the characters that they have, parang oh my god, pag na-experience ko to sa 4DX, parang lumilipad na ako sa space kasama ko si Johnny,
Yeah.
lumilipad kami ni Shalabal, ni Silver
Yeah.
Surfer. Tapos pag nandiyan na sa screen si Galactus, gumagano yung upuan na parang tumitingala na bumababa. Alam mo yun? So parang,
Yeah, ganun na ganun, Jem. Actually,
ay,
nakuha mo
clap,
eh. Parang, yeah,
diba?
ikaw si Matt Shankman, yung director.
Uh-uh.
Sabi
Actually,
niya,
he did. Wait, okay. Now that you were mentioning
mhm.
a bunch of directors. My
Yeah,
question is, have you met them? Like, are you part of the room when they were
I've
making those suggestions?
I've met Joseph Kosinski actually yesterday, or not yesterday, actually 2 days ago. We were working in this film, and I think I can say it now. We're working
Mm.
on Bad Guys 2, which is
Ooh.
an animated film, and we also work with the directors with
Mm.
that. So you get to meet, yeah, I think it's a privilege to get to meet all these people that work in the industry. And it's really nice then because they get to you see how they work then. You
Mm.
see, these movies are their babies. And then actually, have you seen Sinners?
No, I have not. I am so bummed about that because I am not a horror fan. But then people
Oh,
were saying like it's not really that horror, it's just gory. There's no I
yeah.
because I don't like, like curses, like mumu, yung mumu talaga
Oh,
yung mga spirits. That part, but
ah,
then people were like, "Oh,
raving about it.
it's just one vampires." So I'm like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, vampires are okay." So
yeah.
parang by the time that I learned that, they were not in the cinemas anymore.
So
So
yeah.
I cannot. So in digital, so I should check that
Mhm.
out soon. I think
Yeah.
it was Max, yeah.
I mentioned that because we actually met Ryan Coogler when we watched Sinners. I believe this was at
Ryan, oh my god.
Warner Brothers. Yeah, and he a very simple guy, and you can tell na, it's like wow. He just goes, "Hi, I'm Ryan." Parang ganun, parang
Parang
very
chill siya,
simple
no?
guy.
Chillax siya, chillax.
Chill lang. And most of these directors then kasi parang at the end of the day we all work in the same industry.
Mhm.
Parang
Work is
this
work.
is their baby, 'di
Mhm.
ba? And if we're making the ScreenX or 4DX version of their movies, we want to make it right. So we want to
Mhm.
make sure that they're also in the room with us, parang yun,
Mhm.
giving their feedback, their comments,
Which is
ganon.
very interesting kasi aaminin ko nung the first time I heard you mention it, um
Mhm.
I I would admit na parang medyo hindi ko rin alam kasi parang for me, first time ko nga lang din maintindihan kung ano nga ba
Yeah.
yung mga film formats. So,
Yeah.
tapos syempre alam ko naman 4DX and more like parang you're making the movie bigger in a
Mhm.
sense. So parang
Mhm.
yung akala ko noon at actually a few weeks ago when I messaged you, akala ko parang tinatapos na nila yung movie, yung pinaka-final, parang as in final na final. Sa kanila ibibigay yung finished movie sa inyo para ma-edit nyo siya.
Oh.
Parang after, parang kayo yung like
Ah,
pinaka-last step para I
pinaka-last.
didn't know
Oh, I
that you
see.
guys are collaborating real
Yeah, we
time, the
are.
whole
We
process.
collaborate real
Yeah.
time. So that's one of the things, I guess one of the fun parts I would say is that, parang we get to see the films months before they release.
Mhm.
I saw the first cut of Fantastic Four. I think I can say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
I saw the first cut of Fantastic Four way back in April. I think April.
Before Thunderbolts even okay, I remember that because
Yeah.
you were like, "Ooh, you're gonna love Fantastic Four." I'm like, "Girl, what? It's just Thunderbolts right now." But then, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it starts. We get to watch it. Sometimes we watch it pa nga pag ano during the early parts of the editing. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
mostly green screen, like
Mhm.
CG and VFX is not even at 100%
Mhm.
finish. So when we saw Fantastic Four,
Nakagano lang si
everyone knows
Pedro. Nakagano lang si Pedro. Hinihintay niyo humaba yung kamay
sometimes
niya.
sometimes actually tapos the thing he's still in his like
Ay,
green parang
oo.
ganon. So we go in as early as we can because it takes about 12 weeks or more to make these movies in
Mhm.
ScreenX and 4DX. It takes a lot of money to do as
Hindi.
well.
Mhm.
And another fun fact, we're the only company in the world. I'm sorry, I don't call me on this because I don't work for IMAX or Real Dolby
Oo.
or 3D, but I believe we're the only studio company in the world that gets access to all the B-rolls, dailies, edits, and
Mhm.
VFX,
Understandable.
CG, yeah. So we get to start months ahead.
Mhm.
So you're in that process. Kaya when I mentioned, if you don't like watching movies, this job isn't for you. Kasi
Oo.
April pa lang, you're watching Fantastic Four na and
Oh, tapos you're gonna continue doing that
you're
like
gonna continue with
for
that project until it releases. And I think I mentioned to you, now we just finished it today.
yeah.
Oh, good.
So yeah. Oh yeah, I kind of want to also I was going to say
Mhm.
this at the end, but I just
Go
also
ahead.
want to thank you because when I reached out to Amy, when I reached out to you, you were busy with, with Fantastic Four and everything. And then actually guys, today is Friday. Well, Saturday in the Philippines but
Mhm.
Friday in LA.
Friday in
And
LA.
ngayon pa lang nila na
Na
wrap up.
finish.
And
Yeah.
the movie comes out next week, next
The movie
Wednesday.
comes out next Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It was it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. It's
Right.
been a ride. It's
But
been a ride.
she's now very much you're relaxed na, wala ka nang hinahabol.
Yeah.
Pero
Wala na
me,
masyado.
pero me,
Yeah.
ako naman ang daming ganap because as your content creator, well, as a
Mhm.
podcaster, as as the Pinoy MCU fan, I was lucky enough to be invited to these premieres. So, ayun, magiging content creator na naman ako, mag-edit na naman ako ng mga reels. Makikita nyo na naman yung mukha ko sa Instagram ko. So, yeah, I don't know, it's just, I guess I would say, I am proud of us because that is, I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
that, yung schedules natin parang, alam ko
Yeah,
kasi kahit
na
nung high school
match.
pa, alam ko din na film buff ka na. Kasi kayo ni Phil. So
Philip
parang
Philip
knowing,
mentioned 3 times. Philip, kailangan mong
yeah,
mag-sponsor.
kailangan mo mag-comment. And I know in college, you also took up, of course, a course in film. You majored in film, right? Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
parang alam ko rin na you always wanted this, sister. I know
Yeah.
that. So parang
You know it.
parang it's very nung I reached out to Amy for like, "Uy, can we do an episode?" Parang I also told her na, "Alam mo, I'm super excited for you. I'm so happy for you and I'm so excited for you.
Aw,
I'm so
yeah,
proud
thank
because
you.
I know that we don't talk that much because
Mhm.
we only have a mutual friend. Pero alam mo yun, I saw your post, I saw your interest online on Instagram. And you are now part of the process,
Yeah.
right? So that's amazing. And I guess for me, I'm just like I also dreamed of like going to premieres, especially Marvel, and then now I get to
Mm-hmm.
do it. So I'm like, girl, oh my god, we are at that point in our lives that we are living the dream that we had, like,
Living a dream.
right,
Yeah.
like step by the step. Pero it's
Yeah, I know what
girl.
you mean.
Yeah, do you know that meme? Like here in the Philippines, I know that you
Ano.
yung step by the step.
No.
Oh my
What is
god,
that?
guys, we're gonna send it to Amy later. I'm gonna send her that meme. Hindi mo pala alam yun, girl. Oh
Di
my
ko
god.
alam yun. It doesn't
Philip,
reach the eye. Yeah, Philip,
Philip, why are you not
why?
sending her that Filipino meme?
Mentioned 4 times.
See, oh my god.
Wala pa
But
rin.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just so proud of us, girl. Oh my god.
Proud
Like,
of us.
look at us.
Look
Look
at
at us
us.
now. Right? Oh my god. So, my next question is,
Mm-hmm.
I know you talked about the whole process and everything. I don't know. Please just let me know if you're not supposed to answer this but or share this, but may pinagkaiba ba working with Marvel Studios? Like is like sa process
Over
ba, or like are they more easier to work with, more fun, are they hard, or biglang ganun no, mahirap ka katrabaho. Hindi naman yung sinasabi ko. Pero like, can you just share with us your experience like
mhm,
working on Marvel
with
Studios?
Marvel.
Yeah.
I think in general naman, it's very tedious work. It's
Mhm.
very stressful, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Pero it's fun. And actually, yun nga, when I got this job, the first title I ever worked on when I started was Thunderbolts.
Mhm.
And when I joined the company, I saw the team, I met the team. For the first time, they were in shambles. Because like any studio, Disney Marvel is very, very, very particular in a lot of ways. And again, this isn't in a negative way or anything. I actually appreciate it when studios are very much involved and they're very hands-on. And in a way, they can be strict with
Mhm.
deadlines. They can be strict. Because, for example, for Fantastic Four, there's so much anticipation. Like, I don't know if you saw the news, like here in North America, the pre-order ticket sales for
Oh yeah,
Fantastic Four
it went up.
crashed.
Mhm.
Yeah, it went up and then nag-crash yung, I think,
Website.
Fandango.
Oh,
Mentioned Fandango. Hi.
yeah.
Um, so with that, you could see there's a lot of pressure on the team that works in these movies, and I can
Mhm.
only imagine what they go through. Kasi, when you have a clear audience and a fan base anticipating for your movie,
Mhm. The
talagang
pressure is on.
the pressure is on. Kaya, like I said, like the movie comes out next Wednesday,
Mhm.
and we just saw the final cut today, and yeah, so it's like it's one of those things where I guess I could say it na it does go through a lot of process of editing, a lot of I mean, on the news you've seen, what's
Mhm.
his name, John Malkovich.
Mhm.
have you
Yeah.
have you heard the news that like
Oh,
his
what
his
happened?
scenes got cut?
Oh, oh, damn! I did not know that.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry,
think
this
that's
is
a
an
spoiler.
exclusive.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it's on the news.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
that. Sis,
so
because I had a premiere, I'm like shutting down the news and everything with you guys. So
oh, I'm so
so it's
sorry.
kind of surprising for me. But if it's on the
Oh,
news, then
I guess that was a spoiler,
it's for
unprecedented.
me. But it's okay. But oh damn, I was
But
kind of
it's one of those
looking forward
things.
for him.
I don't know when the decision made, pero I guess what I'm trying to point out is like when it comes to Marvel films, like parang we work on it to the T. If it's
Mm-hmm.
releasing on 2 weeks from now, we're gonna work on it like till 3 days before it releases. Parang
Mm-hmm.
ganon. Parang now that I'm thinking about it, I'm so sorry I gag you with the John Malkovich.
Which one?
Like parang I gag you, like
Yeah, because like,
gagged.
yeah, if you guys, of course, we're talking, and of course, for listeners, syempre naka-video on kami for that connection in the conversation. And then
Yeah.
as soon as she said it, my face went like, ah, like that. My face was like, my jaw dropped.
Yeah, her
But
jaw dropped.
I guess it's
Things
understandable.
happen like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of understandable. Yeah.
Movies do it. Filmmakers have reasons,
They
and
all, of course, they always
there's
do it.
always reasons.
They
Yeah.
do it all the time, of
Yeah.
course.
So with F4, um, parang ganun, like I saw the process kasi when we pushed out Thunderbolts, everyone was so happy. Everyone was very excited for the movie then. And when it comes to MCU films, we always have kami then we always have a standard of, how much box office numbers
Mhm.
it's gonna
It's gonna
make
oh, yeah.
basically. So when Thunderbolts, we were all like raving, "Oh my gosh, like MCU is back, 'di ba?" Ganyan. Or so
Yeah.
we were so excited.
Yeah, the news with the when the box office like numbers, the final I guess it's the
Yeah.
final numbers. That is very surprising.
Very, very surprising,
Yeah,
ganon.
okay, that one I have not addressed on the podcast or
Mm-hmm.
kahit man lang on Instagram, but the community, they all know why, I guess. It's because I guess it didn't reach to the casual moviegoers because
Mm,
again, Thunderbolts is which is very I don't know, which is very ironic because Thunderbolts are indeed made of the B list na superheroes.
yeah.
So di sila ay, Bucky, I love you, but like
Bucky,
generally,
we love
we love you.
you. I love Thunderbolts.
People were not,
Yeah.
so
It's one of those things.
it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of sad because the raves are through. Like
Mm-hmm.
ang dami din sa community nagsasabi na, oh my god, di ko siya pinanood. Pero ngayon na nasa digital na, ang ganda pala. Sana pala pinanood ko. So yeah.
It's one of those things. So with Marvel, parang ganon sila. That's how they you could tell how the state of their work and their work ethic based on their previous releases. So Thunderbolts was really good despite the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yes.
saw that the anticipation because of Thunderbolts, the anticipation of Fantastic Four is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
talagang I think that's the reason why Amy was stressing for a week,
Oh, yeah.
working in this movie.
I see what you mean because na-tease na eh. Na-tease
Yeah.
yung so parang syempre lahat tayo excited na kasi nakita na natin yung rocket ship. Yung ship
Yeah.
nila sa Thunderbolts end credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
So medyo I don't know. Also, I have to admit as a Marvel fan, medyo there's this thing, actually ang dami ko nakausap na ganito eh. Parang lately in the MCU, yung mga releases nila is hit or miss. Like legit na
Yeah.
parang this one, next one, this one, next one. Parang
Mhm.
pattern talaga. So parang I
Yeah,
get
pattern.
medyo nagigets ko yung pagkakaba ngayon ng mga tao sa Fantastic Four because Thunderbolts was great. And then sadly, I'm so sorry, Captain America. Sam, I love you, but Brave New World
You can say it,
was
Jim.
it's okay. I really love Sam. I really love the character
Yeah.
Captain America, but like
Yeah.
I wish they could have done more. So
Mhm.
that's maybe we can say that's a miss. And then we have Thunderbolts next, which is honestly a hit. And then
Yeah.
next one is Fantastic Four, which is kinda based on the pattern. It's gonna be a miss. Pero
Oh.
not no wait. I mean like yung pattern right now sa releases for the past
Oh.
few, like let's say like past 5 Marvel
Mhm.
releases. Puro
Mhm.
hit, miss, hit, miss. And then,
Oh.
kakahit lang natin with Thunderbolt. So, parang kabado lahat na, oh
Oh.
my God, baka mag-miss tong Fantastic Four based on the past data. Past data. Pero,
Oh, I see. Okay.
I have belief naman. I trust.
Mhm.
Parang, I am hopeful that this is gonna be an amazing film. That
Mhm.
we're all gonna love it. And
Are you excited?
if ever man na parang may mga comments na miss, na parang di nila na-feel, I would believe na it's kind of like understandable naman na parang, okay. Kasi, I don't know if, for sure naman, as a film buff, napapansin mo to, may mga comments lang talaga na negative for the sake of being negative. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Pero with Thunderbolts, meron ako nabasa mga negative film reviews, pero understandable siya, gets siya, ganon.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
hopefully, it's gonna be the same thing as Fantastic Four. If ever I'm gonna see negative reviews, sana parang maiintindihan ko na parang, okay, understandable, I get it,
Yeah.
ganun. Hindi yung parang negative lang for the sake of being negative.
Yeah, yun nga eh. That's what
Yun.
I don't like then when it comes to big movies na
Mhm.
na-release. Parang word of mouth kasi sobrang ano yun eh, sobrang
Oo.
powerful eh. Like pag may nagsabi lang, letterbox, pag may nagsabi lang ng
Letter.
friend mo na ay hindi siya maganda. So you're not gonna see it na. So for
Mm.
me, it's like you give it a chance kasi everything is
Mm.
subjective naman.
Oo.
So I think with the Thunderbolts, like little segue, parang I feel
I'll go
like
lang.
that like the story of the boy who cried wolf. Parang ganun. Parang so the boy who cried wolf is basically there's a boy Tapos he would always like trick
Yung lie,
his
oo, yung sa
neighbors. Yeah, he would always lie na yung sheep niya daw
may wolf,
ina-attack
may
ng
wolf.
wolves. And then help would
Pagpunta
come
oo,
and
wala
tapos yung pala
naman.
lies.
Oo, it's a
So
joke daw.
the moment na yun nga there was a wolf attacking the sheep, no one came to his aid. So parang I
Mm,
think that's what happened with Marvel with Thunderbolts in a way because like you said there were a lot of misses, 'di ba?
mhm,
And I got this from people who I asked about this movie after releasing. They said, "Oh, kasi like the previous one wasn't that good
mm,
or the previous one wasn't, you know, so I didn't end up watching this one. I didn't end up, you know, spending my money on this one because
mhm,
I assume it was terrible." But then
mhm.
it was good, 'di
It
ba?
was good,
Parang
yeah.
reviews are amazing. So, I think one of the things that like I wish like regular
Mm,
audiences, MCU fans is that
yeah.
they give everything a chance, 'di ba? Like
Mm,
casual goers just go watch a movie for fun. And
mhm, for
then
fun,
yeah,
exactly. Mhm,
and then you make your review after. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, go letterbox, go,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, don't be
But
negative for the sake of being negative, 'di ba? Yeah. Napatulala
thank you.
kaming dalawa ni Amy. Ako rin napatulala, eh. Pero wait lang. Sorry,
Did
bigla
I
ko na
gag you? Yeah,
yeah, you
did I
kinda
gag you? I'm
yeah,
so
you to
sorry.
John. But it's okay when I think about it now. Parang nakalimutan ko rin for a second kung sino si
Mhm.
John Malkovich. Pero I
Yeah.
do know kung sino siya, ta's kung
Mhm.
nasaan siya. And I do remember nandun siya sa pinaka first main trailer. So it was
Oh,
like
yeah, yun nga eh.
yeah,
That's the
tapos
problem.
parang ano, hindi kasi ako masyado nanonood ng trailer actually. I just watched the first main trailer and then I don't even watch the final trailer. Or if I do,
Oh, okay.
depende kung kailan siya ni-release. Kasi
Mhm.
syempre makakalimutan din ako. So okay, kung papanoorin ko siya pero I will hope na yung memory ko na sobrang makakalimutan ko yung laman niya. So by the time na nag-release na, wala talaga akong anything sa utak. So parang fresh yung
Yeah.
movie for me.
Fresh lang. That's
So,
good. That's
kaya ko
good.
din nakalimutan si John Malkovich for
Yeah.
like a moment. But yeah, but also I think from like yung mga recent trailers na nakikita ko, wala na rin kasing nag-e-edit ng John Malkovich ng mga IG reels. Yung
Mm.
mga reels, mga TikTok edits,
Yeah.
gano'n. Parang, siguro nga kinat na nga nila. So, it
Yeah.
understandable din yung chinika mo. Yung
Yeah.
chinika mo na ano,
Parang nag-gag ka dun eh.
oh, gulat na gulat ako eh, 'di ba? Surprise, everyone! This is actually the first part of our episode with Amy. We had so much fun recording this episode that we had to split it into two parts. Part 2 will be up in a few days, so stay tuned. Bye, everyone. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow or message me on social media at the.PinoyMCUFan. The Pinoy MCU fan is part of the Bunk Collective. Discover more podcasts at thebunkph.com and follow us on social media at thebunkph. That's it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!